Hi Keely, so here's your coaching call recap video from our last coaching call. So firstly, obviously you mentioned that work etc is really hectic at the minute, and that's absolutely fine. So with the calorie target and the protein and nutrition in general, we just try and work towards doing the best we can within the parameters of the stressful period you're going through at work etc at the minute, and we'll just try and stay as much on track as we can. Obviously, you've got all the information for Stephen Age now. As I mentioned on the coaching call, he is up to speed in regards to you could potentially be contacting him. If you do, he does do free what he calls discovery calls, which is very much like our video chats that we do now. He'll have a little chat with you. You'll tell him about your situation. You can tell him about your situation, how you've been feeling, etc. Then he can give you some tools, tips, and tricks, and some sort of like plans moving forward as to how you could potentially deal with that. Obviously, I mentioned as well about his Facebook page. I'll send you the link to that so you can like that if you want to as well. Sort of a mindset coaching page. It's not specifically for injuries. There's lots of different people on there from a very wide spectrum of issues and things that they're going through at the moment. So some stuff might not necessarily be relevant, but there'll be some stuff on there that could be very relevant. So have a scroll through when you get 5 minutes and see what you think. And finally, obviously, you mentioned you were going swimming on Friday. So obviously, as you quite rightly said, sauna beforehand, make sure everything's properly warmed up as much as possible. When you're in the water, before you start swimming, I would recommend having a little bit of a walk around in the water, just getting yourself moving in the water, just remembering what it feels like, and being very, very mindful about how your body feels in the water. Any potential issues and any risk of any pain, etc. I would recommend stopping and just sort of whatever it was you were doing, make sure you don't do it again, maybe even getting out depending on the pain level itself. So just be generally mindful about how you're feeling in the water. And finally, obviously, making sure we have a sauna afterwards as well to help with the cool down process and make sure everything's stretched off and as nice and loose as possible. And obviously then you've got your physio on Saturday. So if you let us know how both of those go, you swim on Friday and the physio on Saturday, and then I'll make notes my end so we're all on the same page. But the sounds of things, we are moving in the right direction. The fact that you aren't in as much pain in the morning is very good. The fact that you felt able to even try stretching is again very good sign, because whereas before that was just a definite no. I know it obviously didn't go well, but the fact that you thought you might be able to is certainly a step in the right direction as far as I'm concerned. So we're getting there. It's a slow process, but we are getting there. So we'll see what this MRI and whatnot says on a week Thursday. So, and finally, our next coaching call will be on Tuesday at 8 o'clock. So yeah, I look forward to hearing how you get on at the weekend with the swimming, etc. And I'll be in touch soon. Cheers, Kitty. Have a good week. Bye.